Hello, my name is Sarah Mason. Thank you to Hay House for the opportunity to submit a proposal for my upcoming memoir called The Wisdom of Surrender, A Mother's Journey Through the Shadows of Mental Illness. My book is going to be a story about motherhood, trauma, and spiritual transformation that I have had throughout my journey with my son and his challenges that he has had with mental illness. My journey began in 2017 on a spring day when, out of nowhere, my son told me that he wanted to kill himself. That was a very shocking discovery for me, and it was a day that changed our lives forever, really, because from there we ended up going into years of different hospitalizations and diagnoses and medications and programs and just all of the chaos that comes with the various diagnoses and realities of people that are struggling with mental illness. I've found throughout the years that this journey fundamentally changed me. And what I found in the memoir was I started out really with the intention of trying to understand what had happened to me, because I knew I had had huge transformation. And so this was an opportunity for me to really reflect and have an understanding of what happened. And it ended up being such an interesting and ironic journey for me, because my son and actually both my children definitely have been one of my greatest passions in life. Having children and being a mom was something I always dreamed about doing. And parallel to that, spirituality and spiritual exploration is right there with just the greatest passion of my life. So the fact that these two journeys ended up really colliding for me has been really difficult, and has put me what I really do see a lot of times as an intersection of motherhood, trauma, challenges, and spiritual transformation. So my book is really going to take readers through my journey and all of the things in my beginning years when I really tried to push and solve and fix and control, because in those early years I didn't know that we were up against mental illness. I didn't know anything about it. So that also becomes a little bit of my journey and understanding. So I'll be sharing with my readers a bit about my faith, my dismantling of really my entire belief system, and ultimately what I've been able to reflect in now, particularly in writing so much of this memoir, is that I now have had a huge spiritual shift from an idea of concepts and things I felt in my brain into an embodiment really of surrender, and an ability now to take life as it comes, even with the challenges. So I'll be sharing that with that journey with readers, as well as a lot of the chaos and isolation and guilt and fear that came with a lot of suicidal ideation and years of just really hard times. So it's been a real healing journey for me to write the memoir. And when I think about all the families out there who are struggling, it would be such a blessing to be able to share that journey, and for so many other families to know that they are not alone, and that maybe there is some kind of insight or transformation or connection that can be created through that shared experience. So again, thank you so much to Hay House. I wish you all the best.